Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Hello everyone, welcome to Twysted. Throttle tries to do the carburetor jetting on his bike. I'm going to run through first of all the tools that we're going to need. No, but really I'm going to run through the tools I'm going to use. So, long Phillips head screwdriver to get the carbie screws off. Short Phillips head screwdriver to get the bottom of the carbies off, the float poles. Flat blade screwdriver to take the actual jets out. 1/4 inch ratchet just for, ratcheting things. Extension or screwdriver handle just for, better access. 12mm, 10mm and 8mm. Will make sense later. Just a can of, breaking parts, cleaner stuff. If I've got anything dirty, a rag for oopsies, and a jerry can to empty the fuel tank. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is pull the seat off, which is as easy as using the ignition key. Just to get that off like so. Go down there. Next thing, we're going to take these little side fairings off. So next I'm going to drain the fuel out of the tank. Shouldn't be too much in there. I shouldn't need to have to drain too much out because all I need is I only need it out of the main tank, not the sub tank. So what do I need to do here? A bit of hose, just regular old garden hose. Nothing too fancy. Use a jerry can. Okay, so what are we on? It's currently set to on, and because this petcock valve uses vacuum to operate it, there shouldn't be any fuel that comes out of here, which is good. So what I can do is just run that up through there, onto there, go to the prime position. Then what I can do, so there's fuel running through there now. If I'm correct, yes I am. You get to know all the sizes on your bike once you've taken the fuel tank off a few times. So, yep, that's right, just to pull off. Nice and gentle. Don't damage the paintwork. Pop. Go there. Okay. Next is the airbox. Oh, there's one. Helps if you undo all the bolts. Twisted throttle. You silly person. Right. That's that off. There we go. Carburetors. Pull these off. Don't need those right now. Probably wondering why that one's got silicone on it. That's the only one that the little O-ring thingies wouldn't fit on. So, nice and clean, which is nice. Okay, let's pull them off. So, firstly I'm just going to disconnect all the controls like the throttle, the choke, fuel line. Fuel line should just pull off. And what do you know? Bit of fuel. That's okay, I brought my rag with me. As I said, for oopsies. Stop leaking. Shouldn't be much fuel in you at all. Reminds me, my tank leaking? Nope. It's good. It's all good. Okay, check. Very easy to do, just a little cable. Pop that off like so. Throttle. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Now, because I don't run a return cable, that is even easier to get off. Look at that. Just pull that out like that. Throttle cable is off. Okay. Now there is nothing else holding this carby, which is good, except for the clamps, which I brought my long Phillips head for. Pop those off. Okay. Now this entire assembly should do that. Look at that. Carburetors. Okay, let's go pull these apart. So what I want to do first is just get buckets, and instead of emptying the fuel all over my nice workbench, I'm going to empty it into there. Because you got to remember, these are going to be full of fuel, and you don't want that everywhere. That'll do. Okay, so now we can get to pulling the float bowls off, which will reveal the jets. Now these screws are typically very tight, so I might skip this part because it might take a while. Okay, so I've loosened all these off, all these little screws here, and I just want to point out a bit of a safety message. Whenever you're working with petrol or gas, as you call it in the States, if you ever start to feel like you're getting a headache or lightheaded, anything like that, you know, go out, get some fresh air, because it does mess with your head, petrol does. Right, so it's probably worse than wearing a helmet, but oh well. No, there's one of my little inlet O-ring things, gaskets, whatever you want to call it. Right, so I'll pull these off. You can see little floats in there. Okay. Now I've just laid all this out on cardboard, you know, so it stays nice and clean. Don't want any dirt getting into these. Okay, so now these here are the main jets. So right now they are size 110s. So I'm just going to crack those off, take them out. So as you can see there, it's a little jet. I'm not sure how well that camera's focusing, or if you can see it well or at all, but that's what does the majority of your fueling inside a carbureted bike. You've also got, you know, you got slides and pilot jets for low speed riding, but when you're at full throttle and you're racing or doing whatever you do, losing your license, that's what does all the work. That is a 102. Beautiful. I also changed the float valves in these when I rebuilt the bike, so they're all brand new. A lot of brand new parts in these carbs. Changed all the seals in them, so in theory there's no reason why this shouldn't be an excellent setup. You don't want to go over tightening these because the brass jets do tend to fuse with the aluminium housing, and then you got a problem when you go to take them out. So yeah, I'm going to put these all back together now, and we'll put them on the bike. Okay, you guys. As you can see, this is a fairly simple job you can do at home. It's not a quick job, but everything you do is fairly easy. I'll just do these up now. Okay, now that they're all tight, we can start putting other things on, like fuel lines and things like that. Whoop, fuel, it's all good. It's all good. It's just a bit of petrol. I knew I had a rag with me for a reason. I knew it. How much fuel can be in one bloody line? She'll be right. Oh, get on there. There we go. Okay. Also, just be mindful of where you route your lines, because this little vacuum line here, I'm fairly sure that's supposed to go on top of that water pump pipe and not underneath it, because otherwise it won't actually reach cables. Throttle first. Should be fairly easy, hopefully. Where is it? There. Gotcha. Okay, open her up. Wait, get back there. Beautiful. Excellent. Choke. Where's my choke cable gone? There it is. In you go. Okay. That works. Beautiful. What's next? That's a good question. What's next? Oh, these little ones. Breather pipes. Gotta make sure these go on. So if they don't go on now, they're a bitch to get on later. All spark plug leads in the way there. It's not fun getting your hands in there once you get the airbox on. Okay, should be right for the airbox now. Okay, so that is all on, connected. Double check cables. That'll work. Okay. Fuelo Tanko. Yeah. Okay. It just slots into position. Went in nice and easily. Look at that. How's my battery? Perfect. Okay. Connect fuel lines. Okay. So I can turn that to prime now. Now that's going to be filling the carbies up with fuel. What we want to do is just have a look-see down here, make sure there's no fuel leaks. Shouldn't be, but just in case. It's looking good so far. Right, let's put some fuel in it. Now be really careful not to spill any petrol on your paintwork or on your plastics, because I'll show you in a second what that does. Anyway, there's the side fairing I've got on now. Looks very nice, doesn't it? Here's the one that came off the bike originally. have a look at that. The fuel tank had a leak right there, and the guy had no idea it was fuel doing that. So there you go. It just melts plastic and destroys paintwork. I just quickly sprayed over that to sort of cover it up, but it just didn't work. So yeah, if you ever get fuel on your paintwork or on your plastic, wipe it off immediately. Your fuel leaks? Nope. Very nice. Very nice. Let's give it a go. Ooh, almost. Okay, what's going on here? Why? Why? Don't be stupid. Should be plenty of fuel going to that headlight. Battery, yeah, 2 bars left. Okay, come on baby. Oh, okay, or not. About 2 cylinders at the moment. Oh no, there we go. Wind the idle up. No funny smells, which is a good sign. Oil pressure is good. Seems alright to me. So far. Well, it's running, which is a good sign. No fuel leaks. I'll just run it up to temperature and make sure it's idling all right. And I'll take it for a ride now. So how does it feel? Well, I've ridden from my place to here. I'm not going to tell you where I live, it's just creepy. Feels good so far, it hasn't had any misses. What I really need is a road with a faster speed limit so I can test it through the rev range. Because, you know, getting to 20,000 RPM and all is not exactly easy around the city without losing a license. But anyway, let's just see what I can do in first gear. Pretty good. You know, I think I'll keep it. It's got a tiny little bit of richness to it. Like, it has just the tiniest little stutter. At say, I think that was 12 to 16. But to be honest, I'm not in that rev range all that much, and
I think it feels good. So yeah, I'm actually happy with that. I'm going to keep it. So see you fellas later.